Hello. So, another fun one, a paradox of nothing and everything. It's one of my favorite kind of ways to conceptualize this. So, in the truth, there is no thing. You are no thing. Because in order for a thing to exist, you have to believe yourself to be something, or somebody, or whatever kind of version of that you want to use. To be something, you don't think that you are no thing, and you don't think that you are everything. But if you know yourself as no thing, you will also know yourself as everything. For there to be a thing, you have to believe that you're something. But you are no thing. You are everything. See how it gets a little confusing? That's the point. In order for you to think of things as being separate things, you have to believe that you are a separate individual, or that you are an independent entity from the rest of creation around you. I mean, don't get me wrong. It is useful to say, for example, this is an eraser. Or this is a pencil sharpener. But this pencil sharpener doesn't exist in its own universe separately. I feel like that's the most kind of mundane, intimate way I can relay this information. Just as you, in your experience, do not exist separately. To say you are one with the universe implies that the universe is one thing and that you are another, that you are one with it. I mean, it's all nice, right? It's nice when people say that. It's a good message, right? But that's why we say not two, non-dual. Because to say that you are one with the universe already kind of implies that separation, which isn't true at all. These things like the terminology of non-duality, and any mystic tradition, any tradition that implies more than that the universe is just a bunch of stupid stuff randomly, chaotically happening, is founded in the same realization that one could describe as a non-dual realization, or one could call it God. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it consciousness, infinite consciousness. People come up with all these wonderful names. And it's really just to meet your current conditioning of what you believe yourself to be. Non-duality is popular because in this modern age, religion is kind of on the out in terms of people's collective belief in that idea. But in the past, religion was the dominant terminology that people used to describe this understanding. They're all the same understanding, but veiled in different language and different ways of describing the truth. Like Yeshua said that I and the Father are one. That's the same thing as saying that you were one with the universe, or that you are not two. It's really the same thing as saying I am at the end of the day. Really the goal of anything I could share with you is to draw your attention not from what you are, not from saying I am this, I'm that, I'm a student, I'm a teacher. I mean, those things all come and go. But I want to return your attention to yourself and just the nature that you are, that I am and you are. That's kind of the fundamental ground, your very being, which all of your experience comes from. And if you live throughout your entire life resting your own attention in your being, you will be at peace. But the more you invest your sense of self and identity in what appears to be what you are, then the more you will suffer. The more you rest as your own being, and reflect on the fact that you are. It's not a mental reflection. It's just kind of a lived, non-conceptual thing. It's like the most fundamental thing to all of us, to everything that it is. So the more you live from this sense of being is another word, synonymous with consciousness or God or the self, all these things. The more you live from that being and not from identity, the more peace you are in. Not because it's an action that you have to do to attain this peace or something, but it's because your own nature, your own being is peaceful and happy and fulfilled, and whatever kind of words you want to use to describe this. So the more you live as this being that you are, the more life just naturally flows through you, and you don't have to struggle. And trying to think of more ways to say this, really. I think all this kind of terminology gets overcomplicated quite a bit, but that's no fault of anyone. Everyone just wants to share what they've learned and spread this knowledge around. But I find the more you conceptualize it, the more you can just get attached to some concept. Your mind can think, oh, okay, I'm infinite awareness, or any of these kind of concepts of words that we use to describe your being. And that can get a little distracting, and it ultimately pulls you away from your being to fixate on those things more than you just rest as your own being. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say for today. But I hope you enjoyed. If you do enjoy these videos, please share them with other people. Thank you very much for listening. I love you. Goodbye.